Firestarter, out in theaters, new adaptation of a Stephen King novel starring Zac Efron and Ryan Kiera Armstrong. It's actually the second adaptation after one was made already in 1984. I personally haven't seen that one, nor have I read the book, so I approached this film with a fresh mind. The story is pretty simple. We follow a family of three who all have superpowers. The father can influence people's minds, the mom has telekinesis, and the daughter can manipulate fire, which she struggles to control. The family is essentially on the run from the evil company that infused them with those powers, because they fear that once caught, they would be forced to be locked and participate in experiments and studied like specimen, or used as weapons. So they're doing a pretty good job of laying low in a small town until one day the daughter loses control at school, control of her powers. And the evil people get wind of this and show up to get them all, at which point the family has to run away. Simple and straightforward. In fact, I was surprised that the film was as short as it was. It's just 94 minutes, and it feels weirdly too short and too long at the same time. Too short because the story comes to its end fairly abruptly, and it makes you feel like you haven't really seen all that much yet. But also too long because somehow the movie manages to spend a lot of its runtime on slow and uneventful scenes. There are definitely some pacing issues, but I have no idea whether that's the problem of just the adaptation or the source material as well. There are some tough scenes, but nothing particularly scary. The fire effects look cool, but on the other hand, a large part of the film is so dark that you can't see what's going on. And there's also, there are issues with cinematography where the film doesn't look as good as it perhaps should have. Zac Efron is okay, so is Ryan Kiera Armstrong, but then Gloria Reuben plays a very one-note and boring and cartoonish villain, so that also evens itself out. In general, I just think that the movie is kind of mediocre in the way that there isn't anything particularly wrong with it, but it's also not very good at anything it's doing. It feels like something you've seen a million times before already and ends up being just very forgettable and bland. So, if you're a King fan, you can maybe check it out, but in my opinion, there are still better things to do with your time.